Good morning, Facebook friends. Happy Wednesday. Jason Teeters here with another Wednesday Wins, and today's topic is gratitude. So gratitude. I thought it was a good time to talk about gratitude on a day like today, tomorrow being Thanksgiving. And it reminded me a couple years ago, my wife and I having a discussion about gratitude. And my wife was just sort of like, why does it matter? What does gratitude mean, and why would that matter for me to even think about doing this on a day-to-day? What up, Derek? And so I thought it would be a great topic today to just sort of talk to you about not only the benefits of gratitude, but give you practical examples of how you can use it day in and day out, right? So it lasts so much longer than just one time a year around Thanksgiving. So one of the things that I like to tell people that have never experienced with gratitude or the art of being thankful is experts say gratitude can have some serious effects on your health, right? The more gracious or gratified you are about your current situations and things that you believe in, it can help lower your blood pressure, it can reduce stress, it can make you a happier individual. So just being grateful a lot of times can make a big difference in your day-to-day. So how do we do that? How do we do it practically, and how do we infuse it day in and day out and not just one time a year? Well, one way I like to talk about gratitude is it cures the Facebook blues, right? I know for a lot of us, we live in a very consumer world. And so with that said, when we see stuff on Facebook, a lot of times we focus on the lack that we have instead of focusing on the good things we see. So prime example, my wife and I travel a lot. And so when we go out of the country, the very first time we traveled abroad, I was very skeptical about putting a lot of my information on Facebook, right? It was like, I don't want to show people everything I'm doing. And then my wife told me, this is a great opportunity to show people different parts of the world, different cultures, so they can experience. And so a lot of times, like I said, when people look at things like that, they focus on what they don't have. And that's just the nature of the beast. And so using gratitude on a day-to-day as you're going through Facebook, as you're looking at social media, you want to get in the act of not trying to compare yourself to what you're seeing and what you're engaging with, but the act of looking at it as people are sharing an opportunity for you to experience something that most of the times you're not able to see right up front, or you don't have the chance to travel, or it's not in your backyard. And so a way to practice gratitude is when you see people doing something special or important, to not negatively reflect on yourself of what you don't have, but reaching out and commenting and letting those people thank you for sharing. That's so great. That seems like a cool opportunity. I would love to find out how you got to do that. And so that's just one way that I know on a day-to-day that you could practice gratitude that's beneficial. What up, Tyler? I need to get closer so I can see everything, man. Good to see you, brother. A second way that you could practice gratitude on a day-to-day is in your relationships. So whether it's a spouse, a coworker, a family member, or people you know on a day-to-day, so many times we focus on the negative instead of the positive. And so what do I mean by that? Great example, my wife and I were having a discussion this morning. I was telling her I was talking about gratitude, and she was like, I was trying to explain to her what type of scenario I could use to show how it affects relationships. And one of the things she says is that when I make dinner, she loves that I make dinner. And I make dinner in our house every night, right? She loves when I make dinner. But the thing that she focuses on the most is all the dishes in the sink, right? Whether they get done by me or her, that's the top of her focus. And so she says sometimes she has to consciously think about the fact of being present and be grateful for the fact that she got that dinner, right? Or the times when I take out the trash and I don't put the trash bag back, right? I'm taking out the trash, but she has to focus on that. And so I think it's comical that I'm using myself in both of these situations. But it's a good example of how a lot of times we don't pay attention to what our spouses can do for us, or what our significant others, or our kids, right? As a child, I'm sure putting up your toys or cleaning up your room is important when I was a kid, right? But one thing we could focus on the fact that your child's using their imagination, that they're being creative, that they're not strapped down in front of a social media or internet. They're outside playing, right? So here's all these things you can do, right, to sort of show that in your spouse or your relationships or your coworkers. Another example of gratitude on a day-to-day is giving people the acknowledgement of what they're doing. Right? A child performs better, a coworker performs better if they know what they're doing matters and if people recognize them for that. And so a good way to do that is just letting people you know that you work with, hey man, I appreciate you. I want to thank you for giving me this information. I really enjoy what you did for me in that situation. Right? And there's all different ways to do that, but you really want to concentrate on the act of what they did and how it affected you. Right? So, good example. Derek, I appreciate you coming to my Wednesday Wins every week. That means a lot to me. Tyler, I appreciate you commenting on my Wednesday Wins. That means a lot to me. Right? And so, when you show people that you appreciate what they're doing, then it helps them and it encourages them to do better, to do more, right? Or just the idea of that somebody's paying attention to what's going on. So, that's the second way that you can show gratitude. The third is be on the hunt for good, right? That's the biggest thing. This is how you infuse gratitude in your day-to-day and make your overall life better, right? Be on the hunt for good. You know, sometimes I've been to Starbucks where somebody's paid forward. They paid for my drink beforehand, right? Somebody's opened a door for you. Thank people that open the door for you, right? Thank someone that opens the car door for you. Thank a child for putting their stuff back. Or just sit back and think about the things that you do have. The health of your family, the support of your wife, the support of your business, right? These are all things on a day-to-day. If you practice this, you're going to feel so much better. Not only feel better, scientifically proven that you will perform better. Your health will be better. Your physical status will be better. You will start to encourage more. You'll be less materialistic. You will care more about the actual products and services that you put out because there's something behind it you're giving to the world. And so as we sit here and tomorrow we're going to be surrounded by family and friends and loved ones, and we're going to be grateful for their amazing dinner as we slip into a food coma for about half the day. But on Friday, when you wake up and it's Black Friday and you're out there and somebody's trying to hurry up and get in front of you in line, or somebody allows you to go in front of them, thank them. Think how grateful you are that someone was allowed to do that, or how grateful you had the opportunity to spend time with your family. And then after that, day in and day out for the next 365 days, practice gratitude. Before you go to bed, what am I grateful for? I'm happy that I was able to do this. I'm happy that I was able to have this food, have this conversation, experience this with people, right? And so that's a good way to infuse gratitude on a day in and day out. And so let me just recap. Right? The idea of gratitude and using it day in and day out increases your health, your vital signs, your happiness. It even helps you sleep better. And so if we know that, the three ways you could do that is, one, you can use gratitude to fight Facebook blues. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on the cool experience that somebody's sharing with you. Comment, leave a note, ask them questions, be engaged. The second point, you could focus on gratitude in your relationships, right? Instead of concentrating on the negative, focus on the positive, not what they're not doing for you, but what they are doing, right? And calling that to attention and letting them know that it's important for you and letting them know how much you appreciate what they've done. And then the third step is be on the hunt for good. As you come across people that are doing good things, encourage them, right? As you come across individuals that open doors for people, that let you cut in line, that help and support you, thank them and be grateful every night before you go to bed for those opportunities. The opportunity to talk to your parents that are getting older because you don't know how much longer you have with them, or a family member that you know that you care about, or people that are important to you, right? Don't let stuff go unsaid. And so I'm here with Wednesday Wins, Jason Teeters, and today our topic was gratitude. And I want to thank you all for coming and watching today. I want to thank you for posting, and I'll give you a couple side hustle tips. One, There's a company out of Colorado called the Center of Awesomeness. I know the CEO, his name's Nick. Go to their website. He has actual postcards that you can get that allows you to send gratitude and awesomeness to people to let them know it matters. So if you're a type of person that wants to find a way to help coworkers this Christmas or this holiday or this Thanksgiving or the New Year and let them know you appreciate them, go to the Center of Awesomeness, get one of those packet of cards, and then do it that way. Another way is comment, let people know, do it is important, and it makes you feel better, and not only it makes them feel better. So thank you, Jason Teeters with Jetsetstate. This is another Wednesday Wins. Please like my Facebook page, share this video if you know someone needs a little bit of gratitude in their life. Check out my website, and I'm excited for the people that live in the 33907. Coming in December, I'm going to do a workshop that is really going to transform some lives, so I'll talk about it next Wednesday on my Wednesday Win. I appreciate you all. I am grateful. And this is another Wednesday Wins. I'm out. Have a good day.